And gentlemen, aliens, whatever you identify in this wonderful, beautiful world. Welcome to the Hunter Houston ESG podcast. As always, I am your host. I am that dude, that guy that says, hey, yo, uh, RIP, rest in peace, Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, uh, is a force of habit. Anytime I go into any restaurant and I grab a toothpick, they have the toothpick in the front or whatever. I grab it. I get three. I get one for my ear, one for my fingers, one I put in my mouth. I look over at my beautiful wife, and she looks at me with this disgusting look, like, "Oh my goodness, here it comes." And I'm like, "Hey y'all." For those who watch wrestling, you know the "Hey yo." Um, Welcome in. This show is a simple show this time around. Before we start, let's give some shout outs to my boy. I'm only shouting out two people. I'm kind of mad at one because he wants to talk about games, but yeah, he don't play shit. There's gonna be a little bit of profanity in this one, so you may not want to have your kids listen to this one. There's gonna be a little profanity taking place over here. Reading my Beavis and Butthead. Ah. Yeah, we love something. Settle down there, Beavis. Okay. Now, so let me give a shout out to PlayStation Ain't Dead. Shout out to Games Ain't Dead with Sean. Hopefully, he's made it home safe. I haven't checked his profile yet to see if he's made it home safe. He's supposed to come back from Cali today, back to New York. Hopefully, he has made it home safe. I'm looking. Let's see if he has posted anything. See if his ass has made it home safe. Sick and tired of that bull crap. Uh, Nothing yet of Sean making it home safe. I'm sure he has. Anyway, I was wrestling there. Shout out to them. Shout out to basically, yo, Gamecocks doing awesome well. They got some new recruits. Spring game was pretty cool. Shout out to the Gamecocks. I'm currently sporting some of their gear today. So there we go. But I know no one wants to hear about that. They want to hear, what am I drinking? I'm drinking a Powell Tropical Mango. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just saying it's a good drink, and I like the drink. I think the drink is awesome and amazing, especially the mango. Mm. So, mm. The lemon lime was also unbelievably good too, but the mango is better than expected. Now, let's get on to the show, shall we? Because I am holding up the damn lunch line. All right, games that are coming in September. It's not just the games that are coming in September. It's just, you know, has the thumbnail shows, hey, can I take out a loan for this bull crap? Because just what you're going to need. Early September. I don't want to ask this thing anything. Hello, goof nut. I want to ask anything. So early September, The Blood of Dawn Walker. I am looking forward to that game. I think that game is going to be amazing. I mean, amazing. Chronos, The New Dawn. I have no idea what the hell that is. Will Mates, Halloween the Game, for certain individuals in the Schultz's house. That's going to be, well, actually, probably both of them. It's going to be a big game. We'll probably both get a copy of that to play that together. RuneScape, Dragon's Wild, of course, Marvel's Wolverine, Destroy All Humans 2, Reprobed, which is, I guess, the PS5 version, Brazilian Drug Dealers, before Dono's Quest, I guess it's Brazilian Drug Dealer Simulator or something, Warhammer, Dawn of War. I mean, there's a lot of good games. Dune Awakening. Now, I'm looking forward to Dune Awakening. I will have to buy that. Uh, was it Control, Resonance? Let's see here. Townfall, Hell Let Loose, or Hell Is Us, or whatever. Valor, Hot Wheels. Cozy Games, Restorations, Dragon Shelter, Oni Miss You, Way of the Sword, Ace Combat, Wings. 8. Minecraft 2 Dungeons, Gothica 2 Complete Edition, Dynasty Warriors Remastered. Now, imagine if you will, because this is before we're getting ready to go into the video for this. I just wanted to basically say these are some of the games because some of these games may not be in the video. But imagine if you will, okay, you have all those games coming out in September. You've just been hit with 007. Next month, you have another good banger coming out in Assassin's Creed Resynced. And then there's a couple other ones in between. There's something sprinkled in August. Now, why is this all coming out at this time, ladies and gentlemen? Why is it such a big deal that it come out right now? Why is that? Why is it so important for all these games to get their butts out there? I'm gonna tell you why, and one reason why only. And as you can see, if you have the visual aid of watching, or if you're just listening to the sound of my unbelievable, great, and beautiful voice, is that GTA 6 release date is November 19th. It was November the 8th. But apparently, they decided to push it back one more time because they're lame asses. So you have it coming out November 19th. Now, what that means is that everybody's trying to get their games out beforehand. Now, someone has told me the physical release date for games and I don't think that's for everybody when it comes to their games, is that oh well the games are coming out. This is JP from the Loot Bros and from I think he's doing a Nintendo thing, and he was on a show with me at one point in time. But let's go ahead and stop that. So he was on a show with me at one point in time where we did the Wrestling Tornado, which I love that show because it was about wrestling. And unfortunately, kind of a jackass where he has this goal every year to play 100 games. Now he doesn't record himself doing it. He just does it for the love of the game. He's like, I have to beat 100 games and get so many trophies. Now, if I basically had to play 100 games, and beat them. Now, note, and I guess it's for PS5 or PS4 or whatever, or even yes, I think it's just for PS5 and PS4. I would probably hate that with a passion because that's not a goal I want. If I would have better goals in my life rather than like, oh, I'm gonna beat 100 damn games every year. I want to beat the games I find fun. I'm not like, oh, I have to, buy some random crap that I don't like or rent some random crap I don't like. Now, I'm gonna knock on him because of that, because it's like I told him, I said, oh well, if you're gonna do something like that, then people could cheer you on or whatever if you beat those 100 games, and you put it on YouTube, um, Twitch, what's the other one? Was it? I can't even think of what, Kick or whatever, or even Rumble. For Rumble games. Shout out to Rumble. We are, hosted from being hosted from Rumble, going on to YouTube, Twitch, and Spotify, iHeartRadio, so forth and so on. So again, thank Rumble for these great tools that we have that we can use, that we can do some of the show like this, where we can show some of the things that are going on and make the show more visual rather than me just describing everything sometimes. Which sometimes I'm a horrible describer. If you don't get directions from me, I guarantee you I will lead you down the wrong way. Because all I know is like, well, you're gonna go this far, then you're gonna see a dude over here, you're gonna see like a landmark. I don't know streets. I really don't. I just don't know streets, but I could just describe everything by landmarks. So like, okay, so you'll see a Burger King on the left. You're gonna take that right. That's basically my directions right there. Okay, I cannot give you directions, so don't ever ask me for them. Now I can tell you about video games. I can tell you, how to pick up women if you're into that kind of thing. Can't help you pick up dudes. It's kind of pretty easy. You just go up to a dude like, "Hey, can I blow you?" And they're like, "Yeah." That's pretty much how you pick up a dude. There's no crafting or story or anything going on in any of that. It's just like it's simple as you just ask and it's a yes or a no. It's the whole turn around. Okay, come with me. That's that simple. There's no there's no tricks to that. So there's two things I know. Okay, video games, and I got game. or used to. And look, you never lose game. Either you had game or you don't have game. And some people have game. But I digress. Let's move on to talking about these wonderful games coming out in September. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start this video up and tell you why some of these games need to come out in September because of Grand Theft Auto, but not only because of Grand Theft Auto and what Grand Theft Auto is doing. A lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of money to be had if you come out right now, okay? During this time, we're going to play this video here. We get it going here. There we go. September is wild. Let's play it. IGN. Gonna be our little source today. Actually, I don't know if I want to play IGN. It may mess up my crap. Are you gonna play IGN or you gonna be stompy? Hey man, of course. I don't want to see that. Tomb. I don't know why they're showing Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider doesn't come till next year. That's stupid. Don't be showing that kind of stuff, man. What is it? State of play crap? I don't want to see that. Okay, Dawn of the Daywalker. That's definitely worth if a lot of these games like Wolverine, so forth and so on. You want these games, but here's the problem: is that can you afford it? I mean, like you have to take out a small mortgage. I mean, as a guy, it's like say, "Hey, can I get some money here?" Because you got to think. Okay, let's just do the math. All right. So let's say you're gonna get, and you're getting the deluxe edition because you want the extra stuff for these games, right? So you're getting the deluxe edition. Let me break out the calculator. So it's 89.99. So let's say you're going to buy 4 of these games for the good old fashioned PS5 or for the Xbox or even for the PC. So you're getting the deluxe edition. So let's say 89.99 times 4. That's $356 for these games. And that's okay. And then let's say you're not getting the deluxe. Let's say you're getting 3 of these games and it's just 69, so $70. 63, that's still $210. $210. My strongest advice to you would be to wait and just get the one that you really want. I'll be getting Doom, and they are doing me no favors here, man. They're not like showing me like jack crap. I'm disappointed with you. Of course, it's IGN, so I should be disappointed because IGN is pretty lame and pretty just lameo. Oh, I do look forward to the new Godzilla, but that's another thing for another day. So you have all these amazing games coming out, and what gets me is Wolverine's probably going to be your biggest one. Let's go ahead and stop doing any shares here. Wolverine's probably going to be the biggest game for everybody for September. Dune is for the diehard Dune people like myself. Everything else like Dawn of the Daywalker and new IP. Lucky is coming out early, so it's not like the end of the month where it's like that Catch 22 where you have Onimushu and Ace Combat. So those are for the diehards right there. People who are Onimushu fans. They're getting that. I mean, I played the demo. The demo's good. If you hadn't got the demo for Onimushu, go check it out. You actually have to go to Onimushu itself because it's not in the demo area, and then click onto it, and then find the demo. Unless they finally put it in the marketplace for PS5, but otherwise, it's not there. So good. But you're looking at it, and I mean, think about it. If you could afford all the games that are coming out in that month, probably looking at dropping almost a grand of all the hot games that are coming out. So if you wait until I don't know November to Black Friday, you're probably looking at some of these games for 30 a pop. It used to be 19.99 or 20, like 25, 24.99. You're looking at 30 a pop, maybe 40, or the Target or Best buy 2 get 1 free. Don't ever fall for that trap, by the way. That is a trap. You can wait till after Christmas and you will get a better deal on those games. Now, my thing is, will the physical be, of course, the physical copy will be cheaper by then, but will the digital copy also be cheaper by then, or will they try to hold you hostage on the digital? Or some of them may not even do the physical copy at all, and thus they don't have to ever drop it down. Because remember, when there's a physical copy and they do drop it down, that just means they're just clearing out inventory and just basically at a loss. And I think that a lot of people are going to drop this game and drop their games in September, October. Pray for the best. Pray that the diehards pick those up, because some of those people may nobody's not everybody's a GTA head, but again, once you start seeing videos for it and all these new and cool things, and everybody's playing it and everybody's playing online, and you're like, well, I don't want to be without GTA, even though I don't like GTA and I think it's lame. And then you play it. It's kind of like Call of Duty every year. You got a fresh paint. You hope for the best. Play it for like about a week or two, then you just disappear and never play it again, except for like on a Sunday or something with your boys. Other than that, you're not worried about the damn game. And I think that's going to be GTA for a lot of people, unless it's just the most magical experience ever. They got beta testers testing it like nobody's business, and they're like, I've never played anything. Because look, you could be the best looking game in the world, which Cyberpunk is a damn good looking game, but it doesn't appeal to everybody. And sometimes having an open world, being open world, uh, it's kind of cumbersome for some people, and sometimes it feels overwhelming. It's like playing Crimson Desert. It feels over. Now, note they've made a lot of corrections and they've fixed a lot of things, so it doesn't feel as overwhelming as it once did. But for the average gamer who's not into these big open worlds, sometimes without some type of structure of a map or something telling them where to go, the ideal of the map is very important for a lot of people. A little hand holding, or the option for hand holding, is always good, when you can be told where to go or what to do. For some people like want the freedom of, I can do whatever I want. The only reason why they brought back the freedom of I can do whatever I want, because someone was too lazy, or they just didn't have the time to do the map or the dust or something like that, and they had to leave it out like, oh, we did that on purpose. You didn't do that shit on purpose. What it is you fucked up, made some mistakes, and now you have to basically live with it, and like, oh, it makes the game tougher. Have no map, and have no place to track anything. You have to just keep looking at the map like a fucking retard. So yeah, uh, because that's Elder Scroll in a nutshell to an extent. Oh, you don't like that, do you? We did that because it makes the game harder. It makes the game more challenging. No, it makes the game stupid. Um, it's not hand holding, when I could just basically set the map up, mark my place on the map, and basically have a little trail telling me where to go on that map. Now, note how I get there is my own volition, but I would like to have that option. By not having that option, pretty lame. But I digress. I really think that it's really hard to say that Dawn of the Daywalker. I'm just going to call it Dawn of the Daywalker. I know it's not his name. I'm just calling it Dawn of the Daywalker. Um, I think being a new IP is going to be super good because it's new. It's something different, but it may get lost in the shuffle of, if it doesn't come out of the gate hot. That's going to kill it. But someone told me that the fiscal year, or the end of the fiscal year, is in March for gaming. I don't think that's for all gaming companies. Sure, for some gaming companies, but not for all gaming companies. Like, oh, the end of the year is March. I think if you throw in your best hat in June, July, August, October, and then November is D-Day. I mean, even COD is coming out in October because it doesn't want to compete against Grand Theft Auto. I mean, that is a sign of respect, of thinking that it's just going to be this juggernaut of all juggernauts. I just don't, to me, it's like it will not live up to the expectation, because it's been over, hell, it's been like almost 20 years. It's been since 2012. Seriously, it's almost been like 20 years. It's been since 2000. No, it's been over 12 years. Actually, longer than 12 years. Let's see, 2012. I'm horrible today. I had a rant about math with some stupid girl. Now I'm having a hard time doing math, but it's late at night, man. Give me a break. 2012. Okay, 14 years. Excuse me. I thought 12 years. Yeah. At least I wasn't as bad as the one girl. So there we go. But yeah, 14 years since Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, and you've had 50 re-editions of it. It's like at least they're not on their page constantly talking about Grand Theft Auto 5. So I'm on the old Twix today, X for those who don't know, or formerly known as Twitter, or the artist or the X formerly known as Twitter. And I see all this stuff from Naughty Dog about The Last of Us 2. And everybody's constantly posting on there, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. The game is 6 years old. No one gives a fuck. Go fuck yourself. You haven't put out anything in 6 fucking years, but the exact same shit. And then basically lied to everybody. I'm surprised, there hadn't been a class action lawsuit. I wish someone would give me some motherfucking money because I would have sued these motherfuckers into oblivion. Fucking Neil Cockman. That motherfucker be sucking my fucking cock all the way fucking to the fucking bank after I robbed that motherfucker in broad daylight for fucking lying about the multiplayer for number two. That was the only reason why I bought that motherfucker. Because the fucking the promise of the multiplayer. And them to fucking lie and not deliver on it, man. Fuck them sorry motherfuckers. And then it's like, oh well, we're making a separate multiplayer game. Well, we're just not putting it out now, well, we worked on one, but we talked to the dudes from Bungie, and they said that we're gay and we suck, and we can't make anything that's really as cool as Destiny 2. But the good news is we helped on Marathon. How's that working out for the Bungie team? Now, I just think that there's way too much hype for Grand Theft Auto. But do I think that putting out all these games and just trying to jump the gun beforehand and see how things work out is a good idea? No. But I understand that you want to basically meet that window. And a lot of people are thinking, why so early? Why so early? Because there'll be people who will play it, there'll be plenty of gameplay. These are things that have been on the back burner forever. And right now, look, the perfect time to run any game is either June or July. I almost can feel like this is a dead season where you can put out your top shit and adults will buy it. The best time, of course, is usually February or March because that's when people get their taxes back. So, smart on Capcom's behalf for doing that for Code Veronica and also for Tomb Raider, Lost, which is basically a remake of a remake of a remake. Um, Basically, this is a number one remade for the third time for those who've actually paid attention to all the different remakes, which I have because I have all of them. The sad thing is, I have beat the original Tomb Raider at least 3 times. I actually have it. I actually listen to the soundtrack in my car because I still have a disc player. Because if you actually have the original PlayStation disc, ladies and gentlemen, most of the games have the soundtrack on the disc. You believe that shit? And you can just play it because it's just a fucking CD. But you know, I beat that game at least 3 times. Now, did I beat the reworked reimagined one? Nope. Did I beat the new ones that came out that were remastered or whatever? Nope. But I will beat this one. I will beat this one coming out because I believe in it. I was like, oh, it's going to be like the new one, so it's going to be fun. It's not going to be like, oh, I hate the controls. I hate this. Um, Boy, this sucks. It was much easier when I was a teenager and I had lots of time, and it was like, oh, this is the only system I have because I chose this over getting a Sega Saturn. Best decision that I ever made because I had the money to get a Sega Saturn or a PlayStation. I chose getting a PlayStation. I actually made friends with a guy that had a Sega Saturn, and he didn't have the RAM pack. And it was funny because he's like, "Oh man, you got to get one of these." And I was like, "Dude, I'm holding out for the Sega Dreamcast because this is now I'm like an adult and I'm making money." And I'm like, "I'm gonna get a Sega Dreamcast." Once I played the demo at Best Buy, and then I'd working at EB Games as a manager. Yeah, I was getting the Dreamcast day one. No one was stopping me, and I was 100% correct. The only thing that killed Dreamcast was the fact was that they partnered with Microsoft, and then you know Microsoft kind of stole all their crap, and then they left too much stuff open to be basically pirated, which was sad. And then of course, everybody who thinks Xbox Live is Xbox Live, that was actually Sega's little gig. They poured all the money in, and then basically it never came to fruition because they made some other bad poor decisions. But Xbox Live is just Sega Live. So, that's a little tidbit for those that don't know a little bit of history. Actually, someone did a very good channel on that on YouTube. So, shout out to that guy. If you just look up Sega Live, Xbox Live, and then he'll give you like the whole story. It's like about an hour to 2 hour long documentary. It's worth watching if you care about gaming history and that type of bullshit. But I would recommend for my recommendation, if you were going to buy any of these games during the months of September, October, of course people are going to buy COD, and of course people are going to buy their Maddens. No one stops getting their Maddens, even though it's just a reskin, retread. It's like you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. You know, you dress up a you dress up a four, try to make her look like a seven or eight. At the end of the day, that bitch still a fucking four, homie. You know, so it is what it is. And of course, in-state college football as well. Now, I actually may even buying college football, but my excuse is they're adding all the legends allegedly, and so I could play as my favorite legends throughout college football, and you can relive the time that you watched that dude do that thing. Because sure, I want to relive that experience again and have member berries. Um, no, I will not buy it at full price. I basically buy everything a year later, when it's like $10 to $15 or 19.99, and get the physical copy. So yeah. Now my buddy buys it, and I get to try it out and play it on his. So that's awesome. Thank you, Ghost. I appreciate that. I appreciate you getting COD for us this year. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. But no, so that to me makes me wonder, since I'm not gonna, since I will be playing these games obviously, but I won't be getting them. September is so loaded that you have to think, and I love the Only Miss You demo. I thought it was really good. I thought it was very playable. I lost the boss like 3 or 4 times until I figured out how to actually fight him correctly and get on that some bitch. I dog shot motherfucker, man. On my fifth time probably. And I enjoyed it. It had a lot of stuff in it. Reminded me of Tenchu in some type of way where you can sneak up on motherfuckers. And Only Miss You was never known as a game where you can sneak up on people. So I thought that was cool. But I gotta watch the Doom single player. That's going to determine whether I get that. Obviously, I want it, and I wanted to pre-order it, but I'm like, nah, don't pull the trigger on it, homie. You got other fish you need to fry. You got other shit going down. You spend a bunch of money on some other horse shit, you know. So that's my main thing for that. And I do like that Dawn of the Daywalker. I like the story behind it. It seems kind of cool. It's like almost like a modern day Legacy of Kane style story to an extent, except one's your allegedly your father, and the other, and because not your brother or someone who was just made into a vampire that basically had an evolution before you did, because you were the original vampire, and then he was had an evolution before you did, and then you felt jealous. And I don't understand why you would feel jealous if you're the fucking king, but it is what it is. But I think it would be I think it's similar to a Legacy of King style game. But if I had to get 3 games, if I could afford three, just only three, because that's the easiest. Obviously, Wolverine, uh, Dawn of the Daywalker, and Dune. Those would be my 3 games deadlocked on. Now, if I had to get games for other people in my family, not just me, it's Rayman's Legends remastered or redid or whatever, because that's a family game. Still Dune, and then probably either Onimushu or Ace Combat. Um, Wolverine seems like a little too violent to have like the family be watching. It's like, oh baby, come in here and watch me just just ram fucking razors through a motherfucker's skull and shit. Yeah, let's fucking do that bullshit. Yeah, let's not and say we did. So you want games that are family friendly if you have like young ones or whatever, and like what can they tolerate playing? If they're like, oh, they watched Lord of the Rings, it's okay, or they watch so and so, it's like then like when your kid like kills something, and they do it in a very violent manner. It's like, where did they learn that from? They didn't get that from me. Well, fucker, they got it from watching you play fucking video games. They became desensitized. You got to get kid friendly games if you got kids, man. This is why I play. My justification for playing Infinity Nikki is always, um, and buying new costumes, doing doing stuff to get new costumes. So there you go. Now, those are my recommendations. Obviously, people are going to hold out for Grand Theft Auto. I mean, this year is going to just break people. And then next year, allegedly they're going to be announcing or rumored announcing plans for a PS6, which they've been saying forever for the last 2 years. I don't see it coming out till 2030, to be honest with you, where you will own nothing and like it. So I think that wait until Black Friday on some of these games, unless you're just a diehard for Onimushu or Ace Combat or some of these new ones. And if it's a new studio, if it's not one of the bigger studios, I mean, Capcom can live without you buying Onimushu day one. Namco Bandai can live without you buying Ace Combat number one, because you know what? Everybody in Japan is going to buy those day one because they're going to support their people. So support new people, support the Dawn of the Daywalker, support some of these new IPs that are out there, so that way we can get sequels or get other things from them if they're decently reviewed. If you're gonna waste your money, do it on not waste your money. If you're gonna spend your money, spend it wisely on studios that need that money to keep going. Capcom doesn't need your money. Trust me. Neither does Bandai Namco, because again, Japan will take care of their own. You know, and we need to take care of our own when it comes to certain things as well. And I believe those guys are based out of I think they're basically out of North Carolina or Texas somewhere. I'm not sure, but I think they are Americans. Now, speaking of non-Americans, there is a game that is coming out. I've talked about it. I've been mentioned to somebody, and that is 18, was it 1666? Yeah, 1666 Amsterdam. Yeah. It's about, I guess you are a witch. Or you're into witches, I don't know. 66 Amsterdam trailer. Let's go ahead and play that trailer and show that off before we get up out of here today. And take a look at that bad boy. It looks pretty awesome. And she's like, hi, I'm Dabba Dabba Doo, showing the trailer for you. Now, here's the story behind this game. So apparently, the dude who made it, um, he was with THQ, and apparently this was one of his projects for THQ, and this game is getting made. And I guess they were bought out by Ubisoft, and he worked on Assassin's Creed. And so for the last 10 years, he's been fighting to get this IP because there was something in this contract about this being his IP. So he's fought Ubisoft for the last 10 years in order to get that IP, and now he's got it. I think he's also asking for some funding, so if people can go and fund my homie, that'd be great. And apparently, they're killing all these witches, which is, during that time, it's like, if a woman knew math, she's a witch. If a woman voted, or wanted to vote. She's a witch, so bring back witching, bring back witches. No, yes, yes, and no, two different things. So I guess you play has a witch and she has powers, and I guess it's got like a lot of Assassin's Creed things going on. Remember, the dude did work on Assassin's Creed, so there's no hate there. And if they're gonna do this game, um, is she gonna be like? I thought she was gonna be like a witch killer. Apparently, a lot of people are confused by the game itself, kind of right now. So we'll see how things work out. But the whole 6661, it's a nice play on words. I thought that was super cool because they didn't have to do that, but they did. Oh, and you get to be a cat. So, you can go around, but this is something you'd have to play by yourself, you know. It might be a little too spooky, but it seems really cool, man. I mean, I don't know if I would personally get it, man, because beliefs and whatnot. Now, maybe like before, like different of beliefs, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that shit. But it's like I can't set a bad example. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a Christian playing Satanist games. I won't even play Doom because Doom actually felt dark. The newer Doom, like I think it was Doom 3 or whatever, and I was like, that's not for me. Yeah, that's a little too dark even for my ass. So anyway, oh, and was it Osiris one? I actually will show that the next time I do a thing here. But I'm actually very interested in that. That's from a former Bioware team that did the Mass Effect games. And it's basically Mass Effect without the Mass Effect name, more or less. And so I'm really excited about that. But what am I currently playing? I'm on the last level of 007. I just beat Split Fiction, which was unbelievably amazing. If you have the opportunity to get Split Fiction, get it, play it. It's much easier than It Takes Two, so you don't have to worry about your marriage ending because It Takes Two broke up your marriage. I think that game, because the game, oh, spoiler alert, was supposed to like, oh, it's about saving our marriage and all this. Is some French douchebag. Um, no, that game basically broke motherfuckers. I would love to basically talk to people. If you're a person who listens to my sound, my voice, and you had marital issues or girlfriend issues, you lost your girlfriend based off that, yo man, drop drop a like in the like on the damn show, and then drop a comment, man. Or just DM me, and I'd love to have you on the show to talk about that shit, about how that basically game is like tears family apart because of how bullshit it is with some of the things. But like Split Fiction, much easier to deal with. But again, anytime I had problems when we were playing, we would just take a break for the rest of the day and then come back to it the next day and fresh. Because if you basically just like, oh, I'm just gonna plow through this thing, brother, you got another thing coming. You ain't plowing through that shit. So, but yeah, at the end of that, I beat that. At the end of what is it, 007, which they're going to be having some DLC in allegedly August or September. So that's awesome. So, anyway, we will see you the next time. So, ladies and gentlemen, aliens, whatever you identify in this wonderful, beautiful world, thank you as always. Thank you for tuning in. If you get a chance, like, share, subscribe to the show. I always appreciate it. Oh, and thank you to each and every person who has liked the music, supported the music. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Peace.